Welcome back to another episode of the Zen Room, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It is Women's History Month, Black Women's History Month, and we have a panel full of guests today. I'm going to start off by introducing everybody that's with me, and I think I'm going to start to the left of me, y'all. So, Q, go ahead.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the podcast. Happy to have y'all back. I am Q from Forever Yours Events. You can follow me on IG as keepingitq_, and I'm also Suge's assistant.
What's up, y'all? Morgan at true.matriarch on Instagram. Feel free to follow me, comment, DM. Watch your mouth, though.
Hey y'all, I'm Nay. I'm so excited to be at the Zen Room. I'm Nay the boss at Here by Nay 2023.
Make sure y'all hit Nay up too, because what you do, Nay, what you got?
I have bundles, tape-ins, wigs, like we here to slay you guys. So yeah, Nay, Here by Nay 2023.
Period. So, since it's Women's History Month, I had wanted to start today off with, let's see what we got here, Black Woman Business. Basically, I wanted to start off by speaking on the business, having a business and family and running it. I know, Q, you really wanted to talk on that because you had came across a post or something like that when it was basically you were saying, the post actually was just saying, being a woman and trying to own your own business at the same time, how sometimes it's hard to balance that because sometimes you feel like if you're putting too much into your business, you neglecting your family, or if you're putting too much into your family, you're neglecting your business. So let's elaborate on that.
Yeah, so when I came across the post, I immediately felt a way because there are times where I feel like that with my family. Like, my husband works out of town and I own my own business, so it's just like me and the kids during the week. So it's hard because it's like, I'll work pretty much all day, and then I'll go home, and my kids are already in the bed, thanks to my mom. They're either already in the bed or my daughter is terrorizing the house. And so it's just like, I felt a way because I feel like I'm not doing right by my kids. But then it's like when I do more for my kids, or when I do the most for my family, it's just like, okay, what about your business? You're not promoting your business. Nobody does what nobody knows what you do. So it's just kind of like, I felt like it was hard to be a woman in business, a Black woman in business, and then have a family at the same time. So,
I want to go ahead and agree with that. Oh, no. Okay, so I just want to agree with that because, 1 week, my son, father, and I, we alternate with my son. And 1 week when I have him, I don't even work. And I have two businesses that I run. And it's like I'm just in between feelings of, do I leave him get a babysitter after pick him up, but then I want to be there with him, help him with his homework, and then he's not with me for 1 week, so I feel like I neglect him if I'm working. So 1 week I just can't work, and it does take a lot out of women to have to be moms and business owners. I could totally agree with that because we don't have a set schedule. We have to keep to run your own business. Like, no one runs it like you. So even to leave someone in control, you still have to be there mentally. Exactly. So yeah, it's draining.
It is draining. I would say mentally and physically. Yes. Because just being a Black woman-owned business, period, it's a struggle. Because Morgan, you don't have kids, but your life can be really chaotic and busy even without having a kid. Can you elaborate on that part? How you feel about that?
Yeah, I think I want to tap into what the lady said. I think that as Black women, we just naturally wear so many hats. And I think that I commend y'all all for running multiple businesses while still taking care of your household. Like, we had a whole episode about you taking care of the household last time we were here. And I think that the biggest thing that I can speak on is just I know that community is essential for all those things to work. So thank God you have your mother, thank God you have your parents. Everybody needs, that's that self-sustaining ecosystem that everybody should have when it comes to being a parent as well as a business owner as well as a wife and all these things. Right. So as far as in me, I can't weigh in on that because I have a dog, so he's he doesn't require a lot of my attention, but I know that
he still requires attention.
He literally threw up on my bed the other day.
Right.
He did in my face and was bleh, right in my goddamn bed, and I was like, okay, so I guess this is how I'm starting my Monday. But I think it's key, and I love the fact that y'all have the ability to be multifaceted, and then not forget about yourself in the midst of all those things. So I can definitely weigh in because yes, my life is very much so chaotic. My life is very much so chaotic, but like I will never complain about balance and time and schedule because I don't have little humans I have to keep alive. So.
But I feel like you still can complain even though you don't have that, because at the end of the day, you still busy and you still have to balance. Even if you don't have kids, you still have to balance yourself, like you said, your me time. Time basically separating, okay, so I have to cut this hour of the day off so I can just decompress and start all over again. You know what I mean? Because exactly, because that is hard, but it is twice as hard having a family or husband and kids too.
Absolutely. How do y'all find balance? Like, weigh in for the people that are listening that have not found that sweet spot, because I know people are listening are new to starting businesses, and then some of them are new to starting businesses and new to being parents. So like, how do y'all find the individual balance to make sure that you still incorporate, me time into your schedule, as well as like not faltering in some areas in life and business?
I still have not figured that out yet, honestly.
Neither have I, but I just say do what you love. Do what you love doing. Like, I love spending time with my child, so I prefer to do that over work any day. I feel like when I have him, work can stop. Like, I can stop work, even though sometimes I, want to dip that, but I can't because my mom's not here. So I give him like so much of, I want to give him all my attention. So I do that.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask y'all this: do y'all incorporate your children into your business? Because one of my operations managers for Hoko, she was struggling in the beginning of our relationship with her taking on her new position because she was trying to figure out how to incorporate her into. I'm like, girl, if you don't just bring her to the meeting, give her my iPad, and then we going about our business. So like, how do y'all incorporate your children into your business, or do you keep it completely separate?
So like with me, it's a tad bit different. If you're dealing with, it depends on the age of your kids, because I have older kids, so they are pretty much a little bit more independent and self-efficient. Right. However, I still feel a little way because I'm like, oh my God, okay, I gotta go do this. I'm over here doing that. But then this one has to go to dance, or this one has football practice, or this one. So it's still a tug of war. Right. But at the beginning of the business, I was bringing the girls with me to the Zen Room, and I was making them work. Yep. Like, here, go get these towels ready. You know, Morgan, like, warm the towels up, wet these towels, put them in this, sweep that, do this. Danielle, I need you to learn how to work these books and start scheduling people, making sure this and this and that is all set. So I did incorporate them a little bit into the business. And sometimes I still do, because if I have to go pick them up, I'm like, listen, we're not going to do whatever. Y'all got to come with me real quick because I got to go and wax this client really fast. Right. So I'll bring them with me, and they'll just sit in the car or out in the wait for me. But I mean, had I had them younger, they definitely would have been into the office with me while I was working. Q, how do you handle it?
Like Nate said, we running two businesses. When I do the weddings and events, I never take my kids with me ever. And then when I do like the design and everything like that, sometimes I have to take my daughter with me. I never take my son with me, but sometimes I do have to take my daughter with me because of scheduling in school and all that stuff. But when I do take her with me, I do the whole iPad thing. I give her the iPad and I say sit down. Half of the time she don't listen, but she's a 3-year-old, so sometimes she has to go with me.
Mm-hmm. So for me, like, I use V-Bucks. Hey, he has his own office. At my office, he has his own space. You do this work, I give him work, give him math problems, give him reading. If you do this correctly, when we leave here, you get V-Bucks. Right. Trust me. And I tell him, don't get seen by any client. So he's definitely not getting seen by any clients. You call him in here, he goes every weekend, every Saturday with me to work. I have to bring him with me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
but my advice to people who are trying to struggle and find that balance, like I said, sometimes you have to bring your kid with you. It's just gonna be instances where you don't. Even before I was a business person and I was working in the office, at my old job, it was times that my kids would get sick. I didn't have a babysitter. I didn't have anybody to help me watch them or whatever. So I literally brought them to work with me. Here, y'all go in this back office. Yep. Like she said, don't be seen. Here go the pillow, the iPad, be quiet. And every 4 hours, here goes some Tylenol. Make sure y'all got some food, some snacks, sit down and be cool. But as a mom, you have to be able to balance. Yes. You have to be able to sacrifice. You have to be able to know how to, how can I say this? Compromise with the kids And I feel like a lot of it has to do with discipline too with your kids, because your kids have to be able to know what you can do and what you can't do while mommy is at work. I'm sorry, but mommy is at work right now, so this is not our time to play. This is the time to sit down and be quiet. And once work is over, like you said, we can go and do something else
that you would like
to do, or is strictly time to go home and get in the shower, eat, and go to bed. Yeah, that's just how it is. Honestly. But my thing is, don't stop that. Don't let the kids interfere into your business, because at the end of the day, that's still your income coming in, and you have to make that happen, because if mommy don't go to work, nobody eat.
Yeah, bills don't
especially if you don't have support. Especially a person that doesn't have support. So sometimes you just have to make that sacrifice where, okay, you're gonna have to sit here and do whatever, because I got to make this work. And then it does get easier when the kids get older, but I just don't want anybody to give up or make it to where like the kids is in the way, or I can't start my business right now because my kids is too little. Because at the end of the day, if you want to punch a clock, you can't stop working because your kid is too little. So sometimes you just got to make a sacrifice a little bit, and you got to learn how to balance and just be able to push through. So my advice to parents who have kids: don't give up, still push and make a way. When there's a will, there's a way. And us as moms, we have many hats, and we're gonna always want to provide, and we make well do. We make it do what it do. I don't know how we make it do what it do half of the times, but we make it do what it do.
And when you say sacrifice, that's really big, because you have to sacrifice, but also you just want them to always feel like you have time and attention and love for them also. So it's definitely a balance. I would say it's definitely a balance. And that's one thing, my biggest thing is just a balance, but I really care about how he feels also. Like,
definitely, you definitely want to, and we're gonna always have that feeling of neglect with a child,
that's
because you don't ever want to.
Sunday is your day, like cut the phone off, no working,
right? And that's another way that you could do. Make sure you have at least one day out of the week dedicated to your kid,
your family,
or your family. Period. Because when you have that one day, so now everybody is winning. Okay, we know mommy is not gonna work on a Sunday or a Monday. I try to have like at least one specific day so it can be routine, because kids and family, many people just run off of repetition, period. So if you can, like for me, I have Sundays and Mondays off. So my kids know Sundays is pretty much family day. Mondays is kind of like a me day. Like because the kids are gone to school, and then I can just do pretty much whatever I want to do on that day off. You know what I mean? So, and then another thing with the business, because I was actually went out to a restaurant 2 or 3 days ago, and it really upset me. And I was actually talking to Jay and Q about this the other day, because I was just like, where do we lose ourselves as far as when we work? Like, I literally was at the restaurant, and I was just looking at the waiters and waitresses walking around. And as a business, if I ran my business, I would definitely want my people to look presentable. And I was actually seeing people with like their hair not done, clothes just sloppy, shoes sloppy. And you don't have to be dressed the best. You don't have to have the name brand on. But I don't want to go into a business where people are looking, I want to say tacky, or whatever the case may be. And and because I'm like, you're bringing me my, it is everything.
You have to be presentable at all times.
At all times. And I'm just like, as a business, because the owners were actually there at the time, even if it's not the owners, but the management or whatever, and y'all seeing these people come into your business looking like this, and I'm just like, why?
Sometimes though, and I can speak on that as, being a part of the hospitality industry, sometimes, and I don't accept shit like that at all, but when after the pandemic, people had to start taking what they can get. So it's just like, when nobody wanted to work, if she shows up and I have no service, and even though she looked like trash, you gotta work. Like, I need you. So it's just like, I think that would kind of be where people would just come into work looking any kind of way. But then it's also like, I wouldn't accept that. So it's like, can you fix your hair? Can you just, I would say something like that on the back end, but I don't.
I think that the standard has significantly changed, and I think that's just been the biggest challenge. Is like, business has completely shifted. Like, I was actually watching a post, I think I was on Embracing Black Culture on Instagram, and they were talking about how like hairstylists have 499 rules when you book a hair appointment with them. And it's like, you got to come with your hair washed, plaited, parted, like all these things have completely changed business. Customer service is piss poor, everything's out the window. But it's like, the difference between our businesses and those businesses is like, they have no longevity in what they're working on. So like, if you keep customer service, you stay presentable, you make sure you have systems in place, you're gonna last a lot longer than somebody's out here trying to get a quick buck.
Be extremely successful.
Yes.
You'll be so it's a way like a path to success. Or if you just customer service is always first, like, and it's big. Like,
it is big, and that's why I had went to Aveda to go speak, and one of my things was like I was speaking to some of the students that was in the class, and I was just like, you know, the school doesn't really teach you that back end of business. You know what I mean? Like, they don't teach you how to run your business. They don't really teach you how to be professional. They touch on it a little bit, but that is like so important. It's imperative to have great professionalism. It's imperative to have hospitality. Yep. I guess that's what you could say. Because like I stated before, I think it was one time before I said somebody will choose you over a top business just because they like what you do. Not so much of how you do it, but how you present your business, how you greet people, how you speak to people, how comfortable you make them feel. Like, so everybody can do the same thing. However, what I do, the way I do it might not be the way you do it. And that's maybe how somebody will choose my business to come to over somebody else's.
Right. But it's all about how you make them feel.
How you make them feel at the end of the day.
That's the most important thing. People will not remember what you say, but they'll remember how you
made them feel.
So if you are setting the tone with these ridiculous rules, you coming in late, you being nasty, you're not speaking to me, I'm not speaking to you, we got this weird energy, then this isn't going to last.
Right. And I'm not coming back.
No.
Yeah. I'm not coming back to spend my money with you. I mean, that could be a sour taste in my mouth. I don't care how great the food is or whatever. If I'm going to a restaurant and the like you said, they're not greeting or they're coming to you, hi, can I help you? And I'm looking like,
I went to a nice
damn,
restaurant.
You don't want this job?
Right.
I went to a nice restaurant.
I don't care about the job.
I was like thoroughly disappointed. Server literally came up to me and said, what you want?
Oh, no.
That was by far the wildest shit I had. And I've like fine dining trained. That was the wildest shit I had ever experienced in my, surely no, he got fired like a couple weeks later. But it's just like, that was literally the wildest experience I'd ever had. In this restaurant, like, they charging, like, the average per person, like, the guest check is like $60. So it's like, for me to get a meal and a drink, I'm looking at $60, and you ask me what I want. Like, I don't even get that type of service at damn McDonald's. So how did I get here and you looking at me saying, what you want?
What you want?
But what you want?
Like, what do you mean what I want? Like,
you serve properly. Honestly.
Hi, how can I help you? Or, girl, what you want? Even if it was that would have been okay.
But it would have been completely differently.
What you
want?
Was
not exact. That is not at all what he said to me. He looked me dead in my face and stared at me until I told him what I wanted. Like,
and he was dead serious about it.
But that's big on the owner's part, because if you know someone doesn't really enjoy their job or working in just for a check, then that place is not for them. So you should, figure out who you want to actually run your business or have in your business, because they should work harder than you, and they should be, really happy that they even have employment.
No, seriously, but it's not like that. Like
people
you said, Q stated, hit the nail on the head is what they say. During the pandemic, it was so hard to get employees, period. So it's like you got to pick up anybody because I remember I went to KFC and it was closed. They were closed at 3:00 in the afternoon. And I was like, why are y'all closed? And they were like, we don't have nobody to work. And I'm like, like, it's really that bad out here. That is so sad. Like, I don't know. It's just that was just crazy to me. It did a lot to the world, and people don't give a fuck no more. They don't care. I remember when it was like your job, it was almost life and death, or if it wasn't like, at least it felt like life or death. But it was like, do I choose my kid or do I go to work?
Yes.
Damn, I gotta. Sorry, baby, sit down. I'll be right back. Let me go get punching this clock but now it's like they don't care. They quitting. They walking out. They being disrespectful to the boss, and it's really chaotic.
But that's because a lot of people feel like even with us, like I didn't necessarily start a business in the pandemic. My business picked up in the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So even when I went and started working somebody else's job, it was like, I don't need y'all need me. So that's how a lot of people feel.
Yes, that's the attitude, right? And it's still that way. However, it's like I said, it's still that way, but now it's like a lot of people also geared to, because at first I was like, let me run it back. At first I was like, well, what are people doing? Why are they not working? Like, how are they getting money? But a lot of people are starting their own businesses now. Like, they're like, they're like, I'm not about to take, you're not about to work me like a slave. I can go and start my own business and make my own money, and I can do what I want to do.
You got creative, and you just got the courage to just go and do you. I feel like that's what so many different women just was like, okay, well, you know what? I don't want to work anymore. I want to do this. And I just see a lot of black women, I would say, just becoming entrepreneurs. And I just want to like say, like,
people found themselves. When,
when
you're able to take a break and sit at home and not be able to do, or, you know, can't do anything, you find who you are and like, oh, I'm good at this. Let me keep doing this. So it's just.
Because look at how many fights you see on social media at like the McDonald's, the Waffle Houses, the... What is the other one? Is it Popeyes? It's like a Popeyes or something like that, where they be getting it, like not even just the employees together, but like they're jumping the customers.
Customers are jumping
ganging over the counters and really beating ass. And I'm just like, whoa. But yeah, the world has definitely changed. So another thing, I wanted to get in the whole Chrisean, that's how y'all say her name, right? Chrisean and Blueface situation, because I feel like this is so deep. Like, it's like, this is what depression looks like. This is what low self-esteem looks like. This is what trauma looks like. This is what abuse looks like.
But also, this is what somebody that grew up without correct parenting look like, because if she had a dad, like a real father figure in her life, a lot of this shit she wouldn't accept.
So this is what I don't want to say bad parenting. I just want to say this is what lack of parenting looks like.
On both ends.
Because and I'm saying this because he got on Twitter, right? And did this whole rant. I mean, I don't even have to go into depth about their relationship, because everybody know that their relationship is toxic as fuck. So this is also what toxic looks like. So we can hit on all of these different points. However, so we all know that she's pregnant, right? And she's saying that it's his baby. He's trying to claim the fame that it might not be, because he's on his little ranting, whatever it is that he's doing. So they're in a very toxic ass relationship. He gets on Twitter and he was talking about, like, basically, I'm going to put it, the quote unquote, right? What was the quote unquote? Look at this shit, y'all. It says, I done told this hoe to do the goddamn laundry for like a month now. On God. How he said that?
On God. On G-O-D, on God. Like, what?
I tell her, it's not that hard, baby. If you separate the clothes every day and just do a load a day, it'll be less work. But if you let the seam bleed all year long, it's gonna be crazy. On
God.
I'm supposed to deal with this. Somebody said get a housekeeper or a maid. What's the point of having a bitch if you gotta get a housekeeper or a maid?
Not a lady, but a bitch.
Let me say something real quick.
Go ahead, Morgan.
If y'all don't know what a trauma bond looks like or a traumatic relationship, literally just look at the two of them. These two people are bonded by an immense amount of trauma. It's two people that actually do not love each other. They do not care about each other. They don't even like each other. They are just bonded by trauma because trauma is so fucking powerful. Mm-hmm. But this idea that people, because like I believe a combination of the shit that he does to her or says to her is literally for the ratings. So the moment we stop talking about it and stop watching it and stop viewing it, they will stop getting the clout they want.
Because the more ratings that they get, the more toxic they are, the more ratings that they're getting, right? Yep. And so they feel like now, because what was it? Was it you? Who did I talk to about going viral? It was something I had a conversation with somebody about going viral. And once you go viral with something stupid, now you got to figure out something else even more extreme to go viral to do, right? So I feel like they have to keep getting more extreme circumstances to keep them around.
It's also
but you also said something about jealousy.
It says he's just like she's getting too big for him. Like,
because before, not to cut you off really quick, and I'm gonna let you elaborate on that. Because before that, who was Blueface?
Yeah.
Like he had that hit with the Blueface baby, that bust dance down, and all of this, or whatever. Yeah, Bust It Down, Tatiana, or whatever the case may be. And then his whole career just declined, right? So then he got with Chrisean Rock, and their relationship being exploited and toxic kind of gave him more ratings, right? So now that people are more rock than they are Blueface, I feel like he's definitely feeling jealousy over her.
Intimidated.
Exactly.
And another thing is, like, you can tell that since Chrisean has been, like, sober, having a baby, not drinking and smoking as much, like, she has more of a clear head, and you can honestly tell, like, it's more Blueface keep picking with her. He didn't spend her birthday because, like, she's now getting a new set of friends, and now she has more powerful people behind her, and now they want her at all the events, and he's not. Yeah, she's trying to, you know, better herself, and not only that, she's like, you know, sometimes she's sober, so now she can really see reality, what it really is, and who she's really dealing with, and it's kind of like having her back off, and it's just like, I guess he's starting to rant, and he's losing his mind because he's losing control, and he's extremely controlling and abusive. And abuse don't have to just be physically, because he does hit her as well, but mentally he's really abusive, and he like belittles her, and he always did that when she was drunk, but she would fight him back. But now that she's like more sober, she's backing off and being quiet. You just see him ranting. So I would just say, like,
but as for him to be like, oh, why get a maid? What I have a bitch for? First of all, she's out making money
and pregnant.
She's and not even pregnant, because you could keep a house clean and be pregnant at the same time. But she's at the height, almost at the peak of her career, or trying to get at the peak of her career. So it's like, all right, I'm pregnant, I'm doing shows, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but you want me to be home and clean. So since I can't be home and clean like the way you want me to, I'm gonna hire somebody else to do it. What's the problem with that?
If I can afford it.
But why she's not even asking him for money. Like, she's like, let me just take care of this, and I'm going to get a maid to clean the house. So, bro, what's your issue? Right. And even if so, why are you even broadcasting that on national television? Like, that's something that should have stayed out.
But that's just like what you were saying with the trauma bond. Is the fact, like, okay, so I don't know if y'all recently saw the text messages that she just posted. She screenshotted the text messages that she posted of him apologizing to her, saying that, like, he does a lot of the shit because he don't know. I literally just had it up on my phone, but it was just like, I don't know how to be mean to you. Like, he was pretty much going behind what he just said to her. So it's just kind of what I was saying with the whole parenting thing. People pick on her, but then he goes in the background and he's trying to play like, oh, I love you so much, I didn't mean what.
So he's like basically like baiting her.
Yeah.
And that is definitely narcissistic behavior right there, because because you know that if you continue that off the cameras, right, she's gonna up and leave your ass and not and be gone. But because she think she loves you, and I say quote air quotes with the think, because of the simple fact that that's not love, no matter how you put it. And I don't, like you said, I don't think she love him. I think she kind of depend on him because he's feeding her that bullshit in her head, like, you need me, I'm here, I'm the one put you on, I got you to light, and this and that and the third. So she probably feel in some sense that she owes him something.
She loves the lifestyle, she loves the
lifestyle, but I also think that she feels like she owes him, that she's obligated to it. Because think about, I mean, from my point of view being, or not even my point of view, just me knowing, being in the hood, okay, so you got a nigga that was holding you down, he's selling drugs, doing whatever the case may be, right? So he gets locked up. You feel like you're obligated to hold him down while he's in jail, because before he went to jail, he afforded you the lifestyle, he took care of you, he did this, he did that, or whatever. So now you feel like you gotta be there for him while he's in jail, or whatever the case may be, and hold him down. You feel obligated, or being loyalty to it. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like she's like, damn, he did give me this limelight. But at what point do you split that and be like, fuck you, nigga? Like,
she's never gonna see that, because one thing she's always been big on is, I want a family. And now that she's pregnant, Blueface is his baby dad. Like, this is this child's father. We gotta have a family. So it's just like, that's why it goes back to the parenting. Like, her family shit at her.
Yeah, they definitely
shit at her. And now everybody trying to come back because she got the light. And it's just like, now that you, Chrisean, let me tell you, baby, you are beautiful. Even without the tooth. You don't need this nigga, okay? But it's just...
Even without the tooth.
No, she still is beautiful with
no, I know, but why does she have to bring that up, though? Like,
I know, but
I'm just saying, like,
she don't need him though. Like, she really don't, because she is beautiful. She is a beautiful person, but being with him, the toxicity, she is also like losing her confidence even more. I feel like she's being dragged through because I was watching her getting drunk and you could just see it like literally like it's like this.
She's hurting. Like
But
that child is hurting.
I love her change and how she's becoming. Just I think that the baby's gonna change her and it's gonna make her a stronger woman. And now she's gonna start seeing things. Because when you're drunk and you're doing pills and you're doing drugs and just doing things like that, you're not in the right state of mind. Let's be honest.
You're
and then
not.
Sometimes like he's doing it with her and then he knows how to press all her buttons. So it makes her seem like this toxic, outraged person when it's really him that's really just being the manipulator. And it's just like the control factor.
Because what happened is behind the camera he's poking at her.
Yeah, poking.
He poking,
and
poking,
then he exposes her.
And then he exposes her when she starts acting crazy. And then he goes and apologizes after, and then she's like, "Oh, I love you," because we only see what is being recorded, right?
Yeah.
So at the point where he's not poking, now she's like, "Oh my God," because we like, well, how did you just break up with him and now you're right back?
But he's poking the bear and then he's comforting the
That's
bear.
what I'm saying. So now he's comforting her behind scenes.
Yeah.
So that's why she's taking him back. But he's just a alright bad nigga.
But
let's
he's
speak
always
on when she go
had this
outside. Let's
issue.
speak on when she go outside and they
Right.
have Rick Ross there and want to take
Yeah.
pictures with her little baby or they're inviting her to these events. He's jealous as fuck because he knows how loyal she is, how loving, how caring she
and
might
now
have.
she a hoe
Those
and
qualities.
this ain't her baby and he caught her cheating and he doing all of
But
this and
you
doing
want
all
to
of
fight
that.
little baby on God, like
On
you know,
God.
like you know what I mean, like, and it's just like you being a weirdo. Then you're exposing like your other baby mother. You're making her look even worse because, like Rashawn said, you shitted on her for her, and now you're posting her like, oh, this is what when you tell your man when you're pregnant, this is what it looks like. No, it's not what it looks like because you still got up, you left her while she was pregnant and been fucking Krishan and having TV shows and doing everything. So you look stupid.
You're the toxic one.
Yes, you look dumb too.
You're the toxic one, and like you said, it just you said it just bond them together because they're both toxic. That's what they have in common is the toxic trends or tendencies, and she's just using him as a comfort because she feel like they have something in common because they both come from broken homes.
Because his mama is fucked up.
Oh my God.
She is fucked up.
She's worse than him.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. How can he, really have any sense of respect for a woman if he don't respect his
My mom
mother?
always told me if a man disrespect his woman, his mother, he will never know how to respect you because that's his mom. So if he's willing to go above and beyond to disrespect the woman that raised him and birthed him, why do you think that he will not disrespect you and do something crazy to you? Like, she's always told me that, and even in my past relationships I realized that because I was in relationships where men was very disrespectful to their moms, and it was a red flag to me. And I would look and be like, well, how do you even talk to your mom that way? Right. And then now I'm in a relationship with him, and now I see like that statement is so freaking true, so freaking true. But yeah, Chrisean, she definitely needs to. She can't even do therapy. Cause wasn't they doing like therapy on TV?
That shit was not serious. Cause let me bring a bottle of tequila to therapy.
How are you doing therapy drinking? And as a therapist, how are you on TV even allowing that to happen?
But watch how he give her shots too. Like if she don't want to drink, he sit behind her with a bottle. Here, take the shot. Here, take this. Here, do this. That's why I said with her being sober now and being pregnant, you see a different version of Chrisean. I do because
let me ask y'all this. So like y'all can see the behavior is directly affected by the ratings in the media and social media, right? What words of advice do y'all have for people that are getting lost in the media, getting lost in the ratings and the numbers? Because that's essentially what's happening, right? Mm-hmm. And the only way that this, to be honest, the only way this situation with Chrisean and Blueface is going to work is if it doesn't. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. It's never going to be a healthy relationship. They're never going to respect each other at no point in time because the foundation of their relationship is based on disrespect, betrayal, deceit, lies, a combination of shit, right? It's not gonna work. So as far as to get to the real nitty gritty of what I think the overarching issue is the press, right? What words of advice do y'all have for people that are getting lost in the media? Because we know a lot of influencers, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people that are getting destroyed by the media on a regular basis, but they keep partaking in the chaotic energy for a dollar bill.
I mean, I don't even know, to be honest. I feel like stop letting social media just take over the lives, period. Media, not just social media, period. Because, I mean, think about it. Before there was social media and how we are so in tune with the platforms and stuff, it was paparazzi, right? And the press. Paparazzis and the press were like literally Princess Diana, for example.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. But that's like a prime example. And then not just her, even what was it? What was the? I can't even think the basketball player recently, or somebody famous hit somebody or did something. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was like hit a or slapped a fan or something. Yeah. And people are like, well, why are they constantly hitting these people? But they're humans. And y'all are violating these people's space at the end of the day. Like, y'all are violating their space. So if somebody constantly coming up to you and doing this and recording and shoving their phone in the face to get a picture and this and that, how much do you think you can actually take? Like, I just lost a game. You know what I'm saying? For example, I just lost the game and you're in my face asking me how I feel. Nigga, I feel terrible right now. Like, move the fuck around. I don't want to give an autograph.
Social media has desensitized a lot of people because a lot of people don't realize, like you said, that they're human. So it's just like everybody deserves to have a bad day. Right. Everybody's not always going to have a good day. So it's just like you said, if somebody in my face and I'm having a bad day, I'm going to slap your ass. Get the fuck out of my face.
Get out my face. Why should I? Because at the end of the day, if I was a random person outside, you're not going to come up to me with your phone.
That's
you know
how I love Kanye West. Not to interrupt, but Kanye West, I love him because he's just himself. He went up to the lady, grabbed the phone, snatched it and threw it. Like,
period.
You at his kid's school. Sorry.
No, it's okay. But it's just like even with me as a person, me and my hairstylist was out to eat, and this guy was in the restaurant. I seen him looking at me or whatever. So then after we got up and ate, he was like literally trying to hide and record me. Right?
I hate that.
So he's like sneaking recording me a little bit. He was far away, so I really couldn't get to him. But I was just like, bro, like, what the fuck is up with you? Yeah. Like, you're sneaking to record me. However, if I was somebody famous, you would have been so quick to try to record that person in their face and don't have have no disregard of doing that. So my point of that being is treat them. If you want to record them, be discreet and record them. Why do you always have to be just like violating people? Like you said, if they're having a bad day, they're having a bad day. Leave the person alone. I don't know. I just feel like people really need to relax, take a break, and let these people be.
Bro, stop being weird.
Weird.
Like,
weird energy. Like weird energy.
I'm not ever going to give nobody a pass for sneak recording you. I don't give a
No,
fuck.
I'm not giving a pass, but it is weird. And I was mad as fuck, to be honest with you.
Man, I would've been too.
And he just wasn't close enough to me to really like react the way I really wanted to react. Because you already know I'm always got my gun on me. Like, I literally was ready to like, you already know how that is. And then outside, but I'm just like, bro, you being fucking weird. Like, you never even seen a female before. Like, come on. And at the end of the day,
like, they just
it does
you without like any like consent, like,
any consent or anything. Like, it's just weird.
All
but
the time you're walking and you're just being recorded. Like, that's just so weird to me. You guys that are out there doing that, like, relax. Camera, yeah, I'm in the.
No, I need you to look them dead in the eye.
Yeah,
no, really. You guys that are out there recording females, just relax. Okay, it's not that serious. No, it's not.
It's weird fucking behavior. It's disrespectful, and you're never gonna get a real bitch. Like, you're never going, or a woman, either however you want to say it, a baddie or anything, by doing weird behavior like that. Be normal. Yeah. Whatever happened to coming up and be like, hey, excuse me, you are so beautiful, or whatever. And that's maybe late or whatever the case may be.
And I'm not.
But hold on, let me finish saying what I'm saying. Even if I'm just saying whatever happened to either approach it. I'm just using that line, period, just to be respectful. Yep. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Approach a person respectfully.
Treat me like a human being.
Yeah, treat me like a human being, period. Don't be on some sneaky shit recording me on the side. When I just say beautiful, I'm just saying, like, have a respectful approach to a female. Not all women are going to appreciate that, but there are some women that's still out there that would appreciate that, regardless if we turn you down, take it as a turn down. There's no need to get upset and be like, oh, fuck you, bitch, and blah, 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 this and that. Like, all the time. All the time.
I got your bitch.
Right. Like, what?
I'm going to give you exactly what you want.
What you was going to say, Cuto?
I was just going to say what you just said. Pretty much. It's not like now women turn it into a social media thing. So it's like, if somebody comes to them respectfully, oh, that nigga corny. So it's just like most men don't feel like they can approach a female in that situation.
But don't be weird. That don't give you the obligation to record me weirdly.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. Right. So it's not about, like, maybe they don't. I don't know. Maybe people don't see it in the sense
they're intimidated.
They're intimidated.
wild.
But guess
that's
what?
still
Be
disrespectful,
intimidated and be
yeah.
like, oh my God, I seen a baddie today. She had a banging body and she looked good.
Yeah.
Snap that picture in your memory, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, don't fucking snap that picture in your camera, because what the fuck are you doing with it?
Yeah.
You beating off at
My
home?
thing is,
Widow.
porn is free. There's no need for you to open
Yes.
something
It's
like that.
not.
Porn is
Like, that,
literally
like,
free. Get out of your
seriously.
weird ass shit.
Leave
Exactly.
me out your weird ass shit and keep it fucking moving. Cause at the end of the day, I'm a human being. Period.
Be respectful.
Be respectful.
But if somebody was doing that shit to your daughter, you'd be mad.
You'll be mad as fucking ready to beat somebody up, or your mother.
Or your mother.
Or your mother.
Or your mother. So it's like, just stop being fucking weird.